Good evening, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to this West Coast Mainline Preston Crewe preview live stream. That was easy for me to say. Tonight, your hosts for the evening is me, but you also, with us, have Matt, who will be driving, and we've been treated, so we also have Tom from Just Trains. If you'd like to say hello, Tom.
Hello, how are we doing?
So, Tom, do you want to just briefly touch on what you have worked on this route, and then we'll dive straight into what everybody has been anticipating for the last 10 minutes as the timer has gone down.
Yeah, so I am one of the scenery developers for Just Trains, part of our team. Myself and Mark, we do the scenery side. So I'm responsible for the scenery you'll see between Preston and Warrington, and the branches up that way. I also have been involved with the tutorial gameplay, but yeah, for the most part, is my main job on this is the scenery front.
Thank you very much for your introduction. It's West Coast Mainline Preston Crewe, or Crewe to Preston. I've seen it both ways at this point. I think I prefer Crewe to Preston, but I think it might be Preston to Crewe.
Crewe to Preston's the official one, isn't it? But we always go with the south to north. I don't know where that came from, but it
rolls off the tongue better as well.
Yeah.
Well, the north has to come first, doesn't it?
It does.
That's has to come first. Brain and me work good. Here we go. So it is out this Thursday. Oof, no, come back to me on that one. I've got 2 different dates in my calendar.
It is Thursday. It is
What's
Thursday.
that?
It's
Thursday.
You got it right.
Okay, good. It is out this Thursday. It is retailing for £29.99 Great British pounds, €35.99 and $39.99. It'll be available for Gen 9 consoles, Epic Games Store and Steam. So that's Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, Epic Games Store and Steam for your PC needs. Matt, get out of the chat. Stop saying the South rules. The South drools on this live stream. Yeah. Matt, would you like to save us from what is going to be an epic battle in the comments about the North versus the South? I might put a little poll out. But if you would like to do a little route introductions and just go over the scenarios and the route itself and the locos before we dive straight into our first service.
Awesome. Right, let's switch over then and have a look at content. Right, so using the wrong mouse, that doesn't help. Right, Preston. Right, so scenarios, we have got 5. Anything you want to talk about in terms of the scenarios, Tom?
Yeah, so we've got a mixture of all things going on. Merry-go-round is pretty much what it says on the tin. You are doing a merry-go-round service. You start off cold at Wigan Springs Branch TMD, and then you go and pick up your wagons and do the whole circuit from Parkside to Fiddler's Ferry. That includes loading and unloading. So it's quite a long one, as you can see. But
they're all pretty lengthy scenarios. Lots to do.
They are, yeah. It's hard to try and fit something short in such a big route, because by the time you've done the intros and got going, it's like, oh, it's finished. So no, we'll do like a long scenario of just trains.
Yeah.
So out with a bang, you are experiencing issues with your 86. So along the way, do expect some problems to creep up, and you do have to go and have a nosy in the machine room and fiddle some switches and get your train to Crewe, even if you have to limp it there.
Sorry, I was trying to work out. Apparently, I'm echoing. I'm trying to work out. Oh, it's coming back from the capture card. That means that. Why would it be coming from the capture card? Hang on a minute.
I love the poll, by the way, that you just put in there.
Expensive, yeah. I mean, you can still get pies in the South, but you know.
Very expensive, I do agree.
Expensive.
It's not there.
I should have said barn cakes versus whatever they say in the South, but I couldn't think of
barn cakes, bread rolls, bread cake.
Okay, so
Matt is not in a tunnel. Does Matt not sound good? We can hear an echo.
Yeah, I don't know where it's coming from. I've just made a change to the stream. Can you hear me okay now? I just want to check that. This is probably not going to be a permanent change, because obviously I've not looked at the machine in 5 minutes, so Windows has redone everything.
How's Windows? I've been up there or something and messed with something.
It's apparently fixed.
Right, that's
yeah. Let me fix the chat.
Let me work out why that's fixed then, because that makes no sense.
Somebody said the top-down camera might be picking up the audio.
Maybe a webcam picking up an audio source.
It is that one. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So what I need to do is mute it. Right. Okay. Are we good?
Woo! Apparently so. Apparently all good.
Yeah, I'm seeing goods.
Excellent. Right. Let's get back on with it. So out with a bang.
So out with Bang, as I mentioned before, basically that one's got some gremlins along the way, so you've got to fettle with some switches and get the train working. You've got to get yourself to Crewe, but you might have to limp yourself there with less power than you started at Preston.
Thunderbirds are go.
Thunderbirds are go. So issues with the overhead line. So you have to work with the diesel locos to haul the electric traction through a section of the West Coast Main Line between Warrington and Wigan, and then vice versa coming back. So you do get to actually use both the 20 and the 47 for that one.
Ooh, fun. Loco on test.
Locomotive on test is a run with the special livery, which is 86426, which is the electric blue livery with the I think it's got the white ends around the cab. So the locos just come out from maintenance, so you've got to perform a number of tests along the West Coast Main Line, from brake tests to tap changing tests, and that's a full run up and down the route. And you, when you get to Preston, you do actually get an option with that one, which is quite cool. You can actually continue back to Crewe, or you can actually finish at Preston, depending on the time you've got, which is something a bit different. Lucas did our scenarios again from SimTrack, so it's the first time we've seen that sort of thing put into a scenario, which is really good. Deep coal. So household coal operations run up the Deepdale branch, so you've got to go and take your 47 with a rake of HEAs down the Deepdale branch, battling the winter elements. Bit of run round and shuffling is required there, and also some unloading of the wagons, and then you bring a fresh rake back out up to Preston Station.
Super. Right, there's your scenarios, folks. So there's a fair old chunk of hours worth of gameplay there. And then under timetable. Yeah, exactly. Should be a lot of fun, actually. Right, do you want to just walk us through the timetable? Looks like we've got... how many we got? 660 services.
Yeah, so there's a fair amount in here. It's pretty wedged through the day. You've got all sorts from express up and down north-south services, whether they are like your Anglo-Scottish ones or cross-country workings. The timetable really comes into its own if you own other stock from our previous releases as well, such as the 862, the West Coast Preston Carlisle route. But other stuff like the Pacer and the 101 coming here as well, so you do actually get to do some local stuff. But your freight timetable on this is absolutely stacked. There's so much. There's loads of trip workings. There's loads of Class 08 action, dragging MGRs around the curves at Artley. You even get to do some front end nose, the long end first Class 20 action on its own, on its like as a solo loco, which is you don't see very often, especially. You don't see it really at all nowadays, if anything at all, on a heritage railway. So to do that on the main lines is pretty cool. But yeah, there's a lot on there. I have got a list of layers as well, like requirements for anyone who would like to listen to them.
60 of them.
If you want to go, yeah, if you want to scroll through it, I'll read out the list of requirements that I have got. So if you go through that, so we've got the Tees Valley required, the West Cornwall local Penzance and Austell route, Spirit of Steam, the BR Heavy Freight Pack, the BR Class 20 pack, which is for the PGA wagon. You've got the BR Class 31 for the PCA-V. You've got Blackpool branches. You've got the Northern Transpennine route, West Coast Main Line Preston Carlisle, the Class 86/2 and the Mark 2F coaches. You've also got the Peak Forest route and Cargo Line Volume 5 Nuclear.
Okay.
So you do get some flask action as well.
Which I think I might be
older
missing,
era
actually.
flask action. Yeah, I think you might have 666 service if you have that installed. There is 666 on the timetable, so that works about right. That.
Yeah, I think I'm missing that one. Right, well, I should get that fixed then. Right, so what service are we doing first?
I haven't got the sheet, but I'm sure Harry can.
Do have the sheet. Ha 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 ha. First
One
service
39
is
and the 86.4.
I think we're on an intercity livery. I think was it intercity
Yes,
3
we've got-
RCH? I think
3
Class 86/4 Intercity 3
that's the one.
RCH 1 S39 Pool to Glasgow Central. And Edinburgh Waverley. Sorry, Edinburgh. in July with some clouds.
Some clouds.
Some clouds. Just this is wishful thinking, isn't it, Tom? Because the weather's been fresh garbage. So
yeah, it's yeah. So when I loaded this service up, we actually had the new coach on it as well. So depending on how the
random number generator
formation, you get depending on what the formation throws at you. Because if you have everything, you always get some wacky consist of what was in them days. You just never know what's going to be thrown on. But there is a way to obviously differentiate the newer coaches, like the newer Mark II Ds and Es, from the Fs. They have a different air conditioning fan configuration on the bottom. They've got a dual fan, whereas the Fs have a solo fan. And I think the fan is on the actual platform side as well.
Yeah, it is.
Which is typical. But welcome to Crewe Station. I think that's one of the new. Yeah, that's the Mark II, the BSO, which is the compartment one as well. Yeah, that's one of the new ones. Yeah. So there's all sorts you can do around Crewe as well on the route. We've got Basford Hall, we've got Gresty Lane, we've got the electric depot, the diesel works, the carriage shed. There's loads of stuff for you to look at. If you open up the map, you can just see the massive track. There's so much. Oof. Yeah, there's lots of stuff to see and do. And if obviously you have all the bits and pieces, then you do find there's quite a lot in the yards to have a nose at as well, and all that. You've got Warrington around here, so you've got Arpley and everything. The Fiddler's Ferry is to the left of the map, and then that's where that loop is. So you'll be doing a lot of MGR there. You've got the line through Newtonley Willows, and you do actually have the diversion route as well through Earlstown and the station above. The timetable does something quite cool. So after 8 o'clock at night, we have simulated a possession. So the main line going through the cutting is shut. So there's a load of engineering trains sit there for the evening. So everything gets diverted through Earlstown and Newton Below. So it becomes quite a bottleneck, and it's quite a challenge to drive because it's a lot more slow speed. And you've got to, especially if you're on a tap changing loco, you have to be wary of your speed, but also be wary of the troublesome neutral section that might catch you out as well. You can hear the announcements as well going off. I think the ones you hear in a minute are on the actual train. So you hear them better if you're on guard mode, but there is full announcements on the actual the trains themselves and also on the platforms. It's the first time that we have been proper involved with doing announcements. We'd never done it before in a route, so it was Benedict put those together and got all the recordings and made them so they'd be 1980s-esque style with the bing bong chime going off on the platform. But then it'll tell you as well if there's a Buffy service, and it'll tell you if there is where the Buffy service is, I think, as well. And if you're on the actual train as a guard, it'll actually tell you when you're due to arrive, sort of approximately at the next station. He's done some pretty cool stuff there. So yeah, hats off to Benedict. Along with the fantastic timetable that he's put together. It's been the most ambitious timetable we've done so far, just because of the sheer amount of stuff going on with all the coal trains and everything else. I think he's gone a little bit greyer. I think we all have, to be honest.
I think that doesn't surprise me. It tends to be a natural.
It's the joy of train sim development.
Yeah, it's a natural byproduct of releasing a product.
Yeah,
it's reflecting on the increased amount of silvery presence.
Yeah, definitely. So your first neutral section will be coming up very shortly, so you probably want to be tapping down, and that will be just after where the independent lines join on, which you can see in the cutting to your left at the moment. I'm pointing at the screen like you can see what I'm pointing at, but no one can see. I do that. You've also got the coal siding to the right. Thank you. So there's 4 neutral sections. So I know people like to ask where the neutral sections are because they might not know. So there's 4 on the actual main line, but there is a 5th one. So the 5th one being on the high level at the Chat Moss section where the diversion route is. Your first one, which we've just gone past. The second one is at Weaver Junction where the flyover from Liverpool goes over the top. The third one is in the cutting at Newton Willows. And then the final one is at Exton Junction, just near Leyland, where the Bolton line from Chorley joins in. This first section of the line, as we come out of Crewe, it becomes pretty it turns countryside quite quick, and we go through a few stations. We got Winsford, Hertford, Acton Bridge, before we sort of get into the nitty-gritty areas of all the industrial side of things. So it's non-stop relentless after that. There's so much to see, where it's a power station, a colliery, just general warehouse style areas.
I'm loving soaking up this 80s vibe.
Well, it's always a vibe. It's just the sheer variety, just not knowing what you're going to pass.
Yeah, exactly.
With it not being a obviously with the modern stuff, you get you know what you're getting. Obviously it's an hourly timetable, so everything obviously is the same every hour as you go through. But with the BR, it was never an hourly service. You could have a really, really busy period, and then it could die off for an hour or two, where you might get a very, very sparse bit of traffic, but then the freight might be really busy, and then the passenger side might be quiet, and then it can then flip itself around and be the totally opposite. It's just you just never know until you see something pop up. The cool thing as well, I mean, with the 86, it's for this loco, so this subclass being the /4, this one can work in multi as well now. So if you had the 86-2, that one only worked on its own. You couldn't pair it with anything else. But this one can pair it with another 86-4 or an 87. But if you obviously was paired up with an 87, you'd have to run at the lower speed. But if you're driving an 87 on its own, you can actually do 110, which is quite exhilarating, especially when you're going through some of the stations.
Yeah, I can believe one. Imagine what this was like in a real one of these, because this is not the comfortable cab of a Pendolino.
No. Well, you definitely feel everything. Whilst we are currently on the 86-4, I've got a spreadsheet which has been kindly provided by Alex Riley, who's our loco dev. So we've got a list of differences, what you can expect against, for example, the Class 86/2, which was one of our other DLCs. So the differences you'll find on an 86-4. So on the exterior, first of all, we've got newly added multiple working jumper cables. We've got modified bogies with support struts. Don't ask me where the support struts are, because I have no idea. I keep looking, but I've never noticed where they are. But there is some support struts. And just as another side note, we have an update coming out ahead with this. So for those that may have noticed that there was an issue with the 862 where the bogies were running quite low, that has been fixed, which you'll see here. So it got fixed on this, and then it got, I believe it got backported onto the 862. So that will be coming through to you for the launch of this. So I know it's been something that a lot of people have been asking for us to get fixed up. So we've managed to do that, along with many other fixes. You've also got on the exterior variations, you've got TDM cables, an AM/BR pantograph, a high-speed pantograph. You've got 3 different lamp iron locations, headlights on and off. We've got a Class 87 style headlight and a plated over Class 87 style headlight. Your liveries are a BR blue, You've got BR Intercity half yellow ends, BR Intercity full yellow ends, BR Intercity full yellow ends with either a red buffer beam or a black head code box, and then the one-off special livery, which is the electric blue 86426, which is, you can spawn it in off the menu into a service, but you might not always see it passing by as AI. It's been set up to be pretty rare because it's a one-off livery, but it also can drop occasionally, rarely on freight, which is quite cool to see. Changes to the cab as an overview. So we've got the driver's desk. There's not a massive amount of changes in the cab itself. We've got an additional second locomotive gauge, so where your tap changes are, you see where the ammeters are. You got then to the right hand side of that where the line light and the heating is. There's now a second locomotive indicator, which is to the left of the line light and the train heat lights. That's it where you're looking there then. So you've got two of them now rather than one, because if you obviously coupled up with another locomotive, it'll give you the reading what the second loco's doing as well on the taps. You've also got some changes to the switch panel as well on the desk. So those have been shifted over to the right, obviously, to accommodate the new gauge. And then on the document holder clip, we have got a little manual on there, which is just bit of a document. It's just a manual. But on top of that, the locomotive is fully compatible with faults. It's got gear changes to match the 86/4, and it has full multiple working functionality. And that is the 86/4 in a nutshell against the 86/2.
Very good. It's good to have another 86 to drive as well.
Absolutely. We've got nameplates as well. Certain ones got nameplates. Again, those have been provided to us from Matthew Wilson, who's done all of our nameplates and all that sort of jazz in the past, as with our other DLCs. So they're all proper, nice and 3D as well. We do like a 3D nameplate.
Oh yeah.
Whilst we are on the passenger side of things, I will cover as well what we've got in terms of rolling stock for the route if you've not seen for any reason during this long process of developments of updates and stuff. So you do get the RBR, which is the restaurant car, which is the Mark 1. We have, let me make sure I've not missed anything there. So we've also got a Mark 2E TSO, a Mark 2D BFK, a Mark 2 FK, a Mark 1 NEA, and I think that is all the coaches. Obviously, if you have all the other bits and pieces off our content, like the Mark 3s and Mark 2Fs, the BGs and stuff, those all obviously boost up your timetable experience with just a lot more variety. It's certainly recommended if you want the true experience of what's available, what you can inject into the actual route. If you don't obviously have the other DLC, what you'll get on your consist, there'll be obviously the new coaches that come with the route, so it'll be like the rate stuff. It'll be the D's and E's, and the NEH, I think it was it. Just literally read it out and I've forgotten what it is. NEA. I've got it down as an NEA. NEA, sorry. So we're just approaching. I think we've just gone past Northwich Junction, where so a lot of the freight as well does come in and out of there. There's stuff throughout the day which joins and leaves the route. What we've done with the timetable is, even though it ends on a curve at a junction, we've made it playable just so you can play as much stuff as possible. So anything coming on the curve, you can start a service at the curve and drive as far as possible, wherever it's going to, whether it's Arpley or to another junction. Acton Bridge. I do like Acton Bridge. It's one of, when I can, this is a location I like to come to for rail photography. It's always a good location for freight, especially, and a Class 66.
Woo!
Lots of them.
Blooming love a Class 66. Also, I've just recently purchased a new camera, so the next time I'm in that area, I'll have to have a little look.
It's a decent spot. coming over, I think it's Dutton Viaduct before Weaver Junction, which is always, they always get a nice view here, especially if you come out the cab and sort of fly off over the viaduct. You get a really nice screenshot location. It's just coming around down this bend.
Oh, yeah.
What we've done as well with like locations like that, when there's a nice big open view, we open up the camera areas a little bit more just so you can get a nice screenshot. Everyone likes to take a screenshot in the game.
Well, especially with the viaducts, you want to get a nice shot of the
Yeah,
plane going
definitely.
over the viaduct.
Absolutely. Second neutral section should be coming up very, very shortly, so it'll be around this bend just after the flyover. So this is Weaver Junction, where the line to and from Liverpool joins. Never to this date yet have I been lucky enough to have a train coming in out from the portal from Liverpool to cross over the top of me, but it does happen. You just got to be very lucky. There's quite a few locations, to be fair, where different lines cross over. There's one just after Warrington, where the Cheshire Line Committee line goes over at Warrington Central, and you've got the Chatmoss line as well, and then there's another one actually at Northwich Junction, where the line from, I think it's Altrincham to Mickle Trafford goes over. So you do find that there's some stuff passing over there occasionally as well. Like you've got some, I think 101s and potentially Pacers passing over there as well.
There's tons of variety, isn't there?
I've got some gen I've got to give out. So our locomotive modeler. So I've got to make a point. All locomotives have been matched with their correct condition for 1986. So each locomotive that spawns will be the correct livery, and will have the correct variant detail it actually carried, including the nameplates, giving a real feel for how the locomotive was in that day. We do actually, if you've looked at our in-dev posts over the months, there has been some documents that have been put in on the ones on the JT website. I'm not sure if the roadmap ones had them included, but on the JT site there is some little documents that you can actually open up, like a chart, and it'll tell you what you can see on them liveries.
Oh, that's cool.
As well. I think there's one for each class, with the 47, the 20 and the 86. So I was told to put that out there. I totally forgot about that actually. Thank you to Alex for prompting me there. What I'll do is leave my phone unlocked. I'll actually see anything comes up. So we've just past where the line from Chester comes in, another location as well where you could actually see stuff pass over, and that line sort of comes around the back to your right at the minute, and it joins up in a very short period. That's at Acton Grange, so that's where we pass over the shipping canal and come into Warrington, which is actually a couple of miles away now. So first stop of the route for this run.
Hopefully, anyway.
I have faith.
I don't.
I've just seen a question in the chat. Is there AI traffic on the CLC line? There is AI traffic on all lines that go over the top or underneath the main line passes. So you will see traffic at every location. Just coming over the shipping canal. A huge girder bridge spanning that. The line branches around as well, so it drops down into Walton sidings. I think the passenger service that come off the line from Chester go down the back of there as well, and then they join up a little bit further on. but you'll see in down below is where all the signings are there. So NGR trains do run round, so you can see some MGR stuff in the background, some 20s as well. Depending on what the service is, it might be the case that the 47 will just be dragging itself around. It could be a Class 08 pulling the train around. It's quite impressive watching a Class 08 dragging a 30 or so wagon consist full of coal. It sort of puts it into perspective how powerful them locomotives were. And that happens up and down that section route all day. There's a 47 on the MGRs going on your right hand side as well. Then you've got Arpley Yard as well down in the bottom there, which is always full of wagons. We've got Lever Soap Factory to the left, and then the big building on the right we've just gone past is the Thames Mill Board. Down below is Little Wagon Works as well. There's just so much to see.
Yeah, there is.
It's so industrial, this section. I mean, the only thing we can't give you is the smell of soap. It's if you've ever been to Warrington and stood watching trains, obviously you used to always smell soap. I don't think it's actually a soap factory anymore though. Not sure what it is nowadays. Just sitting in the chat, why can I hear Train Sim TV? That is me. I am also him as well. I am many people. Just Trains Tom by day, Train Sim TV by night. Although I'm just Trains Tom tonight. Train Sim TV, Tom's off. He's having a night off.
Having a nap.
Yeah.
Oh, nap sounds good.
Solid start, man. Solid start.
Oh, look that you did better than me when I drove in the opposite direction on Thursday. Half the train was hanging out the back of the platform.
I find that there are some stations that are worse than others. There are some stations I will always just be like, oh my god, slamming the brakes on and slip through, and other stations are coming fine on. Just kind of depends on what you're doing, you know, particularly the ones where you've just had your speed limit increased or something like that, and so you're all about the piling on the speed and then enjoying the speed, and then we're 1 mile away from stopping. I'm doing 100.
There's a few people in the chat. So the factory is actually closed now, and it's apparently going to be a data center.
Wow, that's unusual
Ooh.
for the modern times.
Yeah.
It's the new Walker Flats,
we've got an
isn't it?
MGR.
Oh, another MGR. 20 choppers.
The cool thing we've got as well, we've got it's a thing called lerping going on, so that the wagons won't always be the same colour. They'll have various stages of weathering. So it's
That's neat.
rather than just being a complete same looking rake of wagons all the way through. So it gives a bit of variation.
JP, is that the official nickname? I didn't know we'd shortened it to that.
The cool thing with Warrington as well is obviously you got the 20s coming in, or the 47 on the top, and then they'll go around, get themselves they'll run around, pull the train around, or be dragged around. Then they go underneath the station to get to to Fiddler's Ferry. So they go underneath Warrington Station through the tunnel below, and then they skirt the riverbank down to Fiddler's Ferry. It's about a 3 mile branch that way down. It's not technically a branch. It was a stub that it went through to, I think, Ditton. But we cover up to the Fiddler's Ferry section. I mean, if we continued on to Ditton, we'd be opening a totally different kettle of fish with all the stuff that goes on there. For those obviously that seen Spirit Steam, there's a lot of such a huge place. We've got a TSR. And they're old school TSRs. If anyone noticed them, we drove past. They are the old blue-backed ones, and when you get the first one, they have lights that flash to warn you. So especially at night time, they're quite cool to see. We're just passing Dalham. So Dalham in this area is totally different to Dalham in the more modern era where the what do you call it? The mail terminal is, which I don't think is now used because they don't use 325s anymore. But that was the mail terminal was on the right hand side here, but in our era it's a glorified run round loop. I think it was just had a 20 on the ICI, the Tunstead work in there.
Right, Loco.
Actually, turned out to be a fairly busy run. This quite a lot going on. It was quite good, quite fun to actually see you driving the Loco with your controls, like doing the tapping and stuff.
Yeah, the flexi lever is absolutely
looks like it works pretty well with it, to be honest.
Absolutely brilliant, because the one of the notching things in here matches the 86 and the 87 beautifully.
Oh, brilliant!
So you feel all the notches. It's so much more comfortable to use.
If you just drop it out into your 8 camera mat, and then look back at that bridge you've just gone past. If you just head back to the bridge to the right hand side, can we just have a moment's silence for Alex Riley's car on the bridge being picked up by a tow truck? So Alex Riley's car is he had an Astra. It's an old style Astra, but we've had to put it in there because basically he was meant to go to a meet early on when he joined the company, but his car broke down, so we've had to put that in as a special nod to his Astra.
It's got to be done.
It's got to be done. So we have to have a moment where we pass that. It didn't break down there as such, but it's it was just a good point to put it in. So we're passing, we've just gone past Winnick Junction. So the line changes. You can either go down in through the cutting through Newton Wells, or you can go around and over the top. You've got the Vulcan Foundry to the left as well, which is that huge building, which is the birthplace of many trains, and especially one being the Class 86 as well. They were born there as well. And we do have another neutral section coming up very shortly. To the right hand side you'll see 2 giant eyesores. That's Parkside Colliery. That's one of 2 collieries on the route where you'll be loading up your coal trains. It's a huge place. That went, I think, early 90s. I think that was knocked down. Nowadays you drive past it on the M6, it's just trees. Literally.
We've had a few questions from people asking if we're going to be seeing the other colliery tonight, Bickershaw.
We are. We will be doing Bickershaw. I think that is actually the last drive of the stream.
Let's have a little goosey gander. Yes, Fiddler's Ferry to Bickershaw Colliery. I've also just noticed the difference in our northern accents, Tom. You say Bickershaw.
I'm more.
Bickershaw.
I'm further north.
Yeah, you got yeah.
You get more northern, don't you? The further north you go.
You're pronouncing it properly though. My family's always just said Bickershaw. Oh, it's Bickershaw.
Bickershaw.
Bickershaw. Innit? It's Bickershaw. Or it's not even. We don't even say it, innit? Auntie. We'll have to teach him. We'll have to teach Matt some northernisms.
My mum's from.
See if he can get them.
Fine.
I'll break out the Wiganese. The Wiganese is coming out.
So we're not too far. We do have another colliery actually on the left-hand side coming up, which is Golborne, but not served by any trains as such. But you do see. I think it was a bit more of a decommissioning sort of state in this era, but the headgear and everything was still there, but it pretty much wasn't in operation.
I think it's non-existent nowadays.
Yeah, it's nothing. No, it's again, as we were saying before, like, there's just so much development around these areas.
Yeah, there's definitely
I think
areas.
there's like a business park on it or something now.
There's areas of Goulburn you can walk through where you will see old tracks though, but they'll be completely, covered in grass, roots growing through them, and all sorts.
Yeah.
But you can see on certain walks around Goulburn. Near
on that line there, coming in off the Haydock branch, I would presume, because you've got the run down towards Haydock and the Loughton the scrap yard on that line.
Yeah, the Haydock, near Haydock, the Haydock racecourse. There's loads of old. There's like a nice walk around there, but if you go too far into that walk, then you'll start to see old lines.
I did find, I think when we were researching, there was a video on YouTube I found actually that went down there on a walk, and I'm pretty certain they did find some old bits of track. It was really handy actually. That video that I found only appeared sort of in the time that I was actually building that line as well, so it was really, really. We couldn't have timed it any better, to be honest.
And I know the exact YouTuber. I sent it to. I'm going to find it. I'll find it for the chat.
One
Mank, brilliant.
I think it's called One Mank, the channel that I found on. This is also, we're just going through Bamfalong, Innsmouth, and many other little areas. You've got the Cedar West Glassworks on the right as well, which is sort of just, you see a little junction where Matt's just passing now over the flyover there, which goes into there. Innsmouth tip sidings as well to the left, out the way, but there is trip workings that go to these various places as well in the timetable, so you do get to visit various locations. And then we pass Springs Branch TMD. The line from Bickershaw comes in on the right as well, which we'll be going down in a bit. Springs Branch has got a full interior as well, and you can see another MGR there making its way up. The cool thing with that line is they actually have to top and tail the 20s when they go down the branch, because there's nowhere to run them around, which you'll see here. Well, that one's just gone off. There's a pair of 20s that have just come off the back of that train, which will wait and then go back into the depot. Got the old Westwood power station as well on the left, which in this area was decommissioned. Again, I don't think there was ever anything rail related to it, but not there nowadays. Don't think there's really anything there at all on it nowadays. I think there's just a warehouse. It's one massive, huge warehouse. You've got the line coming in as well from Manchester. So you do see Pacers coming in and dropping down to Wigan Walgate and then go off to Southport. There's a steam tour as well that appears on that section line. It's not drivable, but if you get at the right time of day, I think it's about 11:30 or so, you do see it tootling around and going through, and then comes back in later in the day.
This is a station I know very, very well.
Well, I'm going to sit back now and I'll let you talk about it.
Oh, I'm wondering how much we can see from the God, look at it.
There's a walk you can do in the actual route as well at Wigan. You can actually leave the station and walk up the main street. You can pass Wigan Walgate station and do a left. You can actually walk all the way around to Uncle Joe's Mint Balls.
Uncle Joe's Mint Balls factory. Let's have a little look. Ooh,
we've also got new cars as well, if anyone's noticed. We've got new vehicles. So we've done away with the old, really old like Tees Valley style ones we've used for so long. So we managed to invest in a whole new batch of vehicles for the 80s period.
Sierra?
Oh, look at them! Oh my god!
It's a Sierra
Metro. Metro.
It's now become car sim world now. There's loads of. To be fair though, these vehicles weren't really intended to come into this route. They were actually put together for the next route, which is the Cumbrian Coast route. But because we had some time available, we thought, well, we'll get them in on here as well and fill up the streets with.
There's a cathedral.
It's all vibrant.
Oh my goodness!
Football pitch over
My
there
old
as well.
college will be around here somewhere. I've got my. I would probably be able to see it from here. My dad
got some
used to
buses as
work
well.
just to the left of it. Oh my goodness me!
But if you,
Oh,
if
is
you
the old courts? Have you got the old courts?
Yes, they're in.
Is that it? Is that the old
Yeah.
courts?
We've got the BT
Oh my
factory.
Oh, look! Oh, it's the Ugocho's Midforce factory! Oh my god. Because that's one of the collectibles on this route, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So we've got the collectible as well. So you actually you walk up to the little tin
To the
at
left, Matt,
strategic
to the left.
locations, and then when you collect it, it falls over and like pops open, and the little mint ball packets fall out over wherever it's been placed.
Oh my god. I can't believe that. I used to work at the old courts.
How did you?
I did, yeah. Not as
done the area
not
justice.
as a criminal. As I know that many people may think that I was there as a criminal, but they weren't doing court things when I worked there. It was for an entertainment company that used to do like Halloween events, because of course it was. Of course it was. It's my list of weird jobs that I've had. I was an actor. I played a gargoyle.
Oh, did you?
See at the right there, Matt? Is the old courts building as well, and then there it is.
I've not had any acting jobs in my career. I started off as a double glazing window delivery person, helping van drivers, and then I went into doing tram driving for many years, and then I came to Just Trains. So my career has not been massive, but no, I've been at JT since, how long have I been here now? 2018, I think I started. Something like that. Yeah, I did.
Oh, do you know, if we've got time, we'll have to. Do you know what? We need more Northern actors. There's not enough Northern actors, Tom. It's not enough. I remember watching Kingsman a few years ago, and Gemma Arterton was playing a Northerner, and I was going, "Why have you got Gemma Arterton playing a Northerner? Just ask me, I'll do it. I can ham it up with the best of them." I feel like we need to come back here specifically, by the way, later.
I'm not sure if we might be able to. I think at the end we should probably do the walk. If we've got time, do the walk.
Yeah.
As we leave, on the right-hand side, you get Mesner's Park as well, which has got the bandstand, and I think is it the Palladium building? What's the other building? Oh, we've got the bandstand. There's another building at the back of it. Can't remember what the other bit is.
I am chuffed. I am absolutely chuffed. Just Trains have done a stellar job of that.
Has it got a seal of approval?
It absolutely has. I had a moment of just going, oh god, it's not real life. It's in the 80s as well, so you know, this was pre my era, regardless of what some members of the community may think about my age. The 80s was pre-Harry, so it's nice to. I was telling you earlier, Tom, that when we go and see Bickershire, I went to show my mum, because my granddad used to work at Bickershire Colliery.
Yeah.
And the first time I showed her, I also pre-warned Tom that we're an emotional family in our family. Hard to believe, I know. But the first time I showed her, it was on the road map. And she had a little emotional response to it. She just went, "I've not seen that in 40 years. It looks real. I can't believe how much detail they've put into it."
I mean, that's what these older routes do. They do provoke a lot of obviously memories for a lot of people.
Yeah,
There's a lot of people that may have driven the route back in their career back in the day as well, and stuff like that. Just obviously,
I might actually get her to be able to play a game that I've worked on. maybe this is the thing that'll do it. Maybe Sackboy wasn't enough, but maybe this is the thing that'll do it.
Have a drive to Bickershaw Colliery, load a coal train, and then come back down again.
Alright, Bolton boy, you don't have to call it that. Wigan Pathletic. See, I can't even say it. That's how.
I think he's taking a mick out of Wigan football there.
Trying to start fights. They did, Dominic. They had. We were talking about the austerity as well. I managed to remember that as well.
There is. There's a YouTube channel, another YouTube channel I watch that after we built the route, a DVD that this guy made. He's been started to put his DVDs onto his channel on YouTube, and there was a segment of the Bickershaw Colliery, but it was before the era we've got it set in, so there was a lot more track there. So they had all the steam locos in there at that time. They'd all gone in the era this was set, so I was a little bit after, but the old steam shed's actually still there, and it is in the route. I didn't realise it was a steam shed till I saw the video when there was a little steam loco poking out of it. So we do have that in, which is a little nod to the old past.
My goodness.
This section of route as well, depending on what you're driving, it can be a bit of a challenge, especially if on a diesel. This is going up Charnock Bank. There used to be 4 tracks, as you can tell if you see the OHLE, like how wide it is. I think they narrowed it down to 2 tracks, I think in the sort of 70s period. There was another line that used to go under just a bit further back. That was at Standish. So there was a fly under, where a line went around the back of Wigan, and I think it was the line that went around the back of Wigan, but then went underneath the Bickershaw line up the top before it curves to Bickershaw. There's a load of old junctions that you can sort of see the etchings of. When we go over it, you'll see them. So I think it was the same line that went through from there.
Don't think I missed you going 1 mile over the speed limit.
What? It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was a rounding error.
It was the Phantom. It was the
a
Phantom
rounding
driver.
error.
They've striked again. I don't know what the word is for.
Struck.
Wow. You know what? I failed my maths GCSE. Would you believe I got a B in English? This is what happens when you get Word to just spell check everything for you now.
I know.
I'm gonna have to start writing letters.
It's like my handwriting is terrible because I don't really handwrite anymore. I type everything.
I hate writing.
Someone says, "Can you just write this with here's a pen?" I'm like, "What do you want me to do with this?" When you press the keys with a pen.
It's easy to type.
Pen. What's a pen?
Another 4-track section now. This basically leads into Preston. So another neutral section coming up in a moment, Matt, which is just on this next bend where the line from Bolton joins on. And then we'll go through Leyland, past the Leyland car factory on the left, and then we sort of join familiar territory at Farrington Junction where the Blackpool branches went off to Ormskirk, and then into Preston. Just on the collectible front, we do also have a Pie Balm collectible as well. I can see Harriet's reaction there. We're gonna have another northern sort of style.
I'm really dry throat, so I just thought, oh, you know what? I'll have a sweetie. And then you drop that just as I shove a sweet in my mouth.
It is technically a Wigan kebab, smellable.
It's a Wigan kebab.
Cannot go wrong with a Wigan kebab.
I love the Wigan kebab. Tell you what though,
just seeing in the chat. So what's the longest route the pacer does on here? So you will be able to run the pacer between Warrington Bank Quay and up to Newton Willows via Earlstown. So it's about 15 minutes or so drive. It's not a long stretch, but you do get to do a little bit of pace running. On this side of the route, you do the 101 from Preston to Wigan as well. So there's a bit of a first-gen action for this end. The pacer does, I think, appear down this end, but you don't actually. I don't think you drive it. There may be like an odd random one up here, but for the most part, it stays up at the other end. I think the pacer essentially comes in as AI and goes off as AI on this end. It'll go off to Ormskirk and I think to Colne. You've got the Leyland Motor Factory on the left as well at the minute. Home of many fantastic vehicles. Maybe. Questionable, debatable, maybe.
My dad always liked his Leyland Princess.
Hmm. That line on the right is one of the junctions that takes you to go to Blackburn, and then that bridge you've just gone under then is where the line goes over the top from Blackburn and comes around and joins at Farrington at Curve Junction. Make sure I don't mix up saying Farringdon and Farrington. It's Farringdon's in London, and we're not quite there. So this is familiar territory now for this last little section into Preston. Those that play Blackpool branches. And when you get to Preston, as a part of another update, the update that's coming, I believe, just ahead of the routes release, you can route hop between Blackpool branches and also to the Preston Carlisle route. You can also route hop if you're at Crewe. You can actually route hop to the all aboard routes, so Birmingham Crewe and the Trent Valley. And I believe that you can jump back from the all aboard route to ours as well. They put the stuff in as well at there, and so you can go vice versa both ways.
I have a list of that somewhere, and
all the changes. There is a load of updates coming that we've done in the background. Plenty of quality of life updates, especially to Blackpool. And other various fixes to stock on the Carlisle route as well, and other bits and pieces. Basically, any bugs that sort of popped up along the many months that have passed by. There's a question, is Bamber Bridge in the route? The Bamber Bridge is not on the route, no.
The roadwork's been finished near, but no, I don't think so.
No, they haven't. No, they're still building.
They've been there for like a decade.
Yeah, the slowest workforce ever.
Oh my god.
I might one day surprise everyone and actually maybe change that scene and make it look a bit different.
Do you know what? When there's traffic around that area, my sat-nav will be like, is the obstruction still there? Yes. It has been for a decade. Still there, yes.
So you get the you'll heard the announcements. Not sure if you're able to just have a jump out of the cam, just stand by a speaker for a minute, Matt. You might be able to hear some go off. Matt, if you knock your reverser into off, it'll shut the loco up. And if you find a speaker somewhere.
me off before it runs away.
You'll see there'll be some speakers knocking around in the roof or hang. There you go, you can hear them now. See the little wooden speakers on the top of the ledges around the actual room of the building, but there's actually some other speaker types on the side of like the posts. If you look straight ahead with that coach, you can see them hanging off the side of the not the girders, like the legs of the. There you are. So them things go off all the time, especially when there's a busy moment going on. You can hear the chime.
You might want to turn game audio up a little bit, Matt. I've got some people saying that they can't hear it. I can hear it, but but I don't know how quiet it is on the live stream.
Is there any plans to add the announcements to Blackpool and the press car? They have been added to Blackpool, but not currently to the Carlisle route. Never say never. Probably just no trains at the moment, they're not going off.
Try searching for a collectible.
Oh, there's collectibles all over the place. If you nip in the Travellers Fair, you'll probably find one. Oh.
Hey! Wigan kebab. Although it's not, I guess it wouldn't be a Wigan kebab in Preston.
I think it's essentially just a pie on some bread here.
Put some respect on the Wigan kebab, Tom. We were getting on. Pay wet's better though. You need the peas on there.
Pay wet.
Yeah, you're gonna have the peas on there because otherwise it's dry. It can get dry because it's usually. Hey, good Joe's meatballs! I'm having the best day ever.
The other collectibles you've got are route maps. You've got broken circuit cabinets, like relay cabinets, and a rugby ball as well. You have to put back onto its stand. The Preston station itself hasn't really changed across from the last route. Yeah, the room itself, essentially, it was a deep copy. There's been a few little tweaks on the scenery, but main one was like updating the cars around the station, and I think as well doing some tweaking to the weather map with the snow at Preston, because it wasn't very good originally. It was a bit clunky, so we spent a bit of time and redid all of that, and it's a lot more tidier. I mean, with the sheer size of Preston Station, it was really, it was quite fiddly to get it all de-snowed. But a couple of crashes of the editor later, we managed to get there.
We might have to move on to the next service, but
we do actually come back to Preston in a little bit. So.
Yeah, I was going to say the next service is Preston as well, so.
Cool.
We'll hear the yapping. We'll hear them.
So the next service we're doing is, we're not doing the full run of the service, we're just going to run between Deepdale and Preston Station, just to quickly show off the Deepdale branch. I can't remember what the head code is off the top of my head, but I know you've got it on the sheet.
20 BR blue disc. And it is 6 Papa 81.
This will give me a good chance to go through the changes for the Class 20. When I find it, there we go. There's actually quite a lot with the 20 on this one. So obviously the last time a Class 20 was seen, it was with Tees Valley. All those years ago. Was it TSW2? Maybe?
It was a DLC for Tees Valley, yeah. That and the 31 with the 2 DLCs for Tees Valley.
Yeah.
Oof. That was back in the olden days.
Aye, back when I were
been
a lad.
a lot of work being put into these versions. So obviously it started off at Tees Valley 20, but it's had an extensive rework and obviously all the new variants that weren't on the Tees Valley one. There's a lot. We'll cover it all. This is the coal concentration depot, hidden in the depth of Preston, which is a little, it's a single line branch that comes off just outside north of Preston. It comes down through the sort of under the city and then comes out, and then you have to do a reversal move to get into it. So what we'll do is we're going to go forward, and then you have to, I think you have to do a bit of a run round, shunt the train back and then drive it through. But I haven't driven the service myself, so I can't be sure the order of the service, so I'll let you see what it tells you to do. But you do actually get to unload your wagons on that blue structure up ahead when you bring the train in. But we're taking, I think it's emptied out.
Yeah.
I'll take my notcher out.
Oh, there's no notches at all. Yeah, it's straight through into.
Up.
Somebody said, is there any chance of a rat? I'm guessing that that's a train nickname and not...
That's a Class 25 as a rat.
Okay.
I'd like to see one. I'd like to see everything, to be honest.
All the trains on all the routes, yep.
Literally everything. I'd just like to see everything. So which 20 have we got here, Matt? Is this the one with... Is this the domino one or is this the disc? I can't remember which one we picked. This is the disc one. This is the disc one. So the disc one essentially was seen in Tees Valley with that DLC, but it was never seen in the BR Blue livery. I think it was just a version of Rail Freight that came with that one. So yeah, this has had a lot of extras and additional bits and pieces. Whilst Matt's doing his thing, so I'll go for the changes on the 20. Have you put the end? Have you done the end changer switch?
Oh, that'll probably be it then.
Down to the left, behind the control that you're on. Sorry, not to the left. Sorry, to the right, and then around the corner, behind sort of. See what little green thing's poking out of there? Under there, there it is. So yeah, both of them. There we go. We'll be cooking on gas now.
Right, now it'll probably let me take power.
It should be good now once it releases. Just give it a moment to get its brakes off. It should be right. So you've got 100.
This map.
Here we're moving. You've got 122 locomotives that are spawnable, each with correct number sizes, cab side window sizes, external headco variants, liveries, depot markings, snow ploughs and headlights for the 1986 and 87 period. Obviously when you spawn one of these locomotives in, it'll spawn a random one off the config sheet, which will be correct again like the 86 to be correct the period set. The model's been altered to create all these variants of the 20 from what we had originally. It's had a full exterior remap of UVs and a complete retexture from the ground up. On the exterior alterations in detail, we've got a new headcode box variant, a new headcode disc removed variant, so it's basically like we've got on this one, but the discs that are taken off, it's just the lights behind it. Exterior variation, you've got large cab side windows for applicable locos and small cab side windows for applicable locos. Headlight at cab end on applicable locos. A large cab side numbering as well, again for applicable locos. small cab side numbering for applicable logos. So many applicable logos. There's many. We've also got depot-specific stickers at Haymarket, Eastfield and Motherwell, and snow ploughs. And if you look to the left, there's a guy here watching trains. If you zoom in, by the crossing, we've put a little shout out to one of the ambassadors. If you see on the wall.
Hey.
He's absolutely had our back all the way through this project. The sheer dedication on his videos is definitely been up there. So we
Tin, are you
put a nod
here?
in. He's here.
Tin, I was going to say, I was here earlier.
We had to put it in, and he's I believe he grew up around these parts as well. So it was even more of a nod. 12 days. He's on his little ladder. So he's got a little nod in the route. Liveries as well. You got BR Blue and Rail Freight Grey. In the cab, you've got slow speed control equipment added to the nose and driver's desk. You've got slow speed equipment added to the blunt end of the desk. Slow speed control gauge is added to the nose and driver's desk. Slow speed control gauge added to the blunt and driver's desk. You've got small cab side windows or large cab side windows and head code variant lighting and panel alterations. On the audio front, if you can demonstrate the new horns we've got actually. So while we're driving this end, you've got some really cool horns. And if you sort of give it a burst, it's got a weird free tone like burst as well on occasion as well. If you give something like little burst on, and that's as per the actual loco that we recorded at Locomotive Services. So big thanks to Chris at LSL there, who's been a massive help on all things audio and stuff like that, and other knowledgeable information. We've also got some other audio on the loco. We've got new traction motor blower sound, new blunt end horns, which you've just seen there. We've got new nose end horns as well, including a third tone. As well, the cool thing is with the horn, if you're sat obviously in this direction, in the cab that we're on at the minute, it sounds quieter when you're in the cab because of the horn is further away from you, so it actually sounds further away. And you've also got fan sounds that they've been altered, so they actually can be heard at a decent distance, and those have a frequency degradation. It's a big word for this time of the evening. In the cab, you've got the new blunt horns as well, and the new nose horns as well. Yeah, they have differences when you're inside and out. And then on the Simugraph side of things, we've got the slow speed control added to that as well. And that is the 20 in a nutshell. I think we do the Rail Freight 20 later as well, so we'll get to see that one in a bit.
Good opportunity to switch to the straight brake as well.
Yes. I'm just in the comments, this it has a very Coronation Street feel to it down here.
Yeah, it does.
You literally do run down the back of people's houses. It's very very built up in terms of like the housing area. I mean, nowadays this is all just overgrown and left derelict. There is still some track down here, but I think it was severed and cut off at the main line. This obviously as well, on this service we get to see the HA hopper. So again, the HA was seen on the Tees Valley route, but we've brought it in with this product, and we've also brought in a new bauxite livery as well. And the red liveried wagons do have, I think there's 3 different variations of the Rail Freight logo in sort of like different sizes and locations, just to add a little bit of extra variation to the wagon front. So for those that do like a bit of shunting and a bit more of a slower pace, these little trip workers are certainly sort of thing for you. You can see the Deepdale Stadium from the crossing. Matt Millen. Other Matt. There's a Matt Millen in the chat.
Oh, okay. Matt's an awesome name, by the way.
Yeah, you have to zoom in a bit to it at the crossing, but you can see it. This is it's a household coal depot, rather than like the power station's coal. Mark B, will Exton Station be added? It won't be added on this route because it wasn't there in this era. Exton Balshaw Lane was there, I think, I'm not sure if it was 1997 when it was open. Hang on, I can have a look for that. I can actually spell it properly. It opened in 1997, I was right. It originally opened in 1905, it shut in 1969 and then reopened again. When did Deepdale close? I'm gonna kind of say sort of the late 90s, I think, when the last train potentially ran down here. Definitely think it had gone before the turn of the 2000. Very, very lucky to find there was a cab ride of this line on Facebook of all places.
Wow.
And it didn't show everything, but it showed enough. And then with the rest of the like Flickr pictures at various locations, it managed to piece it all together. He's still stood there, Stinson. He's still waiting.
No pressure, Matt. You've got this.
He'd be fine. The only doubt is whether
this is when he opens it up in a second.
Yeah. Lean on the lever.
Wide open and clunk. Easy. Just done this before.
Yeah. It's a pro. It's a pro, Matt. I will say we have a Q&A section as long as my arm. Maybe even longer. Maybe even as tall as Jeff, who you can't see on live stream, but Jeff is his head's clean through the top of the camera. So at some point here, well, let me take a look at what services we've got left. We've got two other services left. So I think during the next service I'll start the Q&A because we've got 2.5 pages to get through.
Ooh. Someone's just said in the chat, yeah, Deepdale officially closed in 1994. So obviously in a minute what we'll do, we'll this by the way, this line originally used to go all the way through to Longbridge, which not a long distance by any stretch, it weren't a long line, but I think it was, I'm trying to think when it got cut off. It got cut off so far, and then it ran until the 70s up to I think it was a brickworks a little bit further up the line, and then eventually it was brought and severed off and it just was left as this. So basically the track just goes up a little bit further. But the little sort of like affiliation to this route to my family is that my great grandma lived at Longbridge, literally around the corner from where the old station was. So, and that station's actually still there today. I think it's been converted into a care home now, but the station actually still is there, and the canopy and everything. So it's nice. It was always nice to sort of see the station there whenever we used to go there when I was a kid. But yeah, long gone. So now we're going to go down through the Miley Tunnel, which is the tunnel that takes you through the city, which I believe is apparently haunted as well. So they say, if you're into that sort of stuff. This service takes you all the way through to Wigan, but we're just going to take it up to Preston. It was just mainly because we didn't have the time to show the detail line on our stream last week, so I thought we'll get it in tonight and do a few little bits on these branches rather than just driving up and down on the main section of the route tonight. It shows just the sort of quirky kind of workings you can do in the timetable. It's it's not a fast stretch of line by any stretch of the imagination, but you've got the gradients to contend with, and you've got to watch them when you're coming down.
Someone's asked if you got references for Bickershaw. I
was just about to answer that. Yeah, I know, that's Gareth. I did get reference for Bickershaw eventually. Yeah, it took ages to find stuff, but with loads of trawling through Flickr and YouTube and Facebook groups, managed to get enough to piece it together in the end. It took a while to find it all, but and there wasn't a lot of it, but there was just enough to jigsaw it all.
Well, according to my mum, you got it right.
Excellent. Top mark.
I trust her inherently. She's if she approves of it, then it's all gone right.
Happy days. So you get there's some rail tour service action that comes up here as well, which is it's nice. That's part of the 12-hour mammoth rail tour that runs up and down the route, all down all the various branches. So yeah, you get to bring a passenger train up here as well. That just goes up to the top of the head shunt and then it goes back again.
Is that a pacer or something?
No, it's on. It's got a 47.3 on the front, a 47.4 behind it for ETH because 47.3s don't have train heating, and then it's got a rake of whatever coach it's got on it. It's got a bit of all sorts, and then on the back it's got 220s as well. So I think you bring the 47s in, but then you go back out with the 20s, which is it's a very good thrash. If you like a bit of noisy action, then that is definitely a run that you do want to be driving at some point, chat, if you like that sort of thing. Obviously, for that tour, you do have to obviously have all the bits and pieces for it. So obviously, the 47.4 comes with the sharp route and other bits and bobs. It's yeah. So someone just put in the chat: is it broke up? Is it all one session? No, it's broken up into several parts. Yeah, we wouldn't be that nasty to make you drive 12 hours in one hit. Don't worry. I'm not sure how many parts it's split up into, but there's a good number.
Well, you know, they're always asking for long services. If you give them a 12-hour route, that's on them.
That's what you got to drive. You're not allowed to save. You've got to carry on and do it all in one go.
Oh no, the consequences of our actions. Do the drivers do that in real life? It's not just one driver, though.
It'd be several, I would have thought, over the day. They'll have driver changes at certain points.
So it depends
'cause
also
12
where
hours.
the drivers are signed on which bits. For
Yeah.
an unusual combo run like that, one driver might not be signed on all the different bits.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. So
That
let another
alone
driver
breaks.
take on, yeah.
So 12 hours, one person is it's a bit brutal.
It's the start of the Miley Tunnel. Poor Callum. No, I'm not sure how many times he light baited this tunnel. It was the bane of his workload, I think.
Baking is
light
a
bait.
terrible process.
I'm not sure if it's giving him nightmares, to be fair. I think what we've said, I think in the future we'll just start doing routes that don't have light baking. Because he's the only person that knows how to do it. Although,
I've had
unfortunately,
the
we'll
same
have to do some light
conversation
baking
with
on
our
the trip.
team as well. It's
Unfortunately, Railway Nav has built tunnels. So unfortunately, you can't get away from them. Kind of, you can, but unfortunately, there's always a tunnel somewhere. And unfortunately, there's a tunnel on the Cumbrian coast route, so you'll have to light bake on that one as well. Sadly. It splits up into a little opening as well, this tunnel, shortly. And you go through. It's not a massive section, but it's got like wooden beams over the top, and you can sort of get a little glimpse of the buildings around it. It's very, very dingy and grubby down there. Let there be light. I'll pass that on to him, Gareth. He might politely turn you down. So they put these timber beams in to support the walls, basically.
I was looking at the chat and thought you said timber beans, like Heinz beans. And I was going,
Another nod to Wigan.
I'm going. Is that something I don't know about? How long is this route? How long is this route?
How long is this route? It's about 60 miles, all in. I can do a bit of a calculation for the main line. It's like between Crewe and Preston. It is. Bear with me. So Preston to Crewe, it is 51 miles on the main line section, but then obviously you've got the combination of the branches all adding up. So the Deepdale branch is about 2 miles altogether. You've got the Bickershaw branch, which is around about 2.5 to 3 miles. The Haydock branch again is another couple of miles. You've got the section that goes around the voiding lines around Newton and Willows and Earlstown, which is that in its own is like 2 miles around. You've got the Over and Wharton branch near Winsford, which is about 1 mile. Then you've got all the spurs that are coming out of Crewe as well. So they've all like add all that up, and you're over 60 you're over 60 miles there.
Yeah. Somebody else managed to guess about 60 miles, so they can.
Yeah, it's been written up as a 60+ mile route.
Yeah.
It's hard to do the rail mile calculator on some of the lines because they've closed down. But the way when I do the route building, if you go over Google Earth and draw like a route over it, you can get the sort of the mileage off that as well to get the sort of accurate figure. And then we join back up at Preston. So those that have played, obviously Preston, Carlisle, or the Blackpool branches will have seen this little spur just going off to a portal on the other two routes. So it's taken us to the third route to get that branch in, and I really wanted it in, so I begged Mark to lay the track, and he agreed. It made more sense to add that line on this route because we have obviously the run down to Warrington, where stuff goes in and out of. Whereas on the other routes, it was a bit too much work for a 10-minute drive. But obviously, if you drove this service all the way through, it's like 40-odd minutes to an hour. It's insane. I think this work is split into two parts. It stops at Wigan, I think, to let something pass.
You can route hop.
You can.
This route with Trent Valley, yes.
You can do it at Trent Valley and Birmingham to Crewe. At the Crewe station. If you as well, you can route hop at Preston to Blackpool branch,
Carlisle.
Preston to Carlisle as well. Yeah.
I found my list. I found the route hopping list.
Excellent. There's loads of then obviously like fast travel as well. You can do all the fast travelling. There's loads of locations.
Sorry, please continue, Tom.
No, it was I'm pretty much there. As I said, there's loads of like fast travel points in the route as well that might not be on the map, but if you do your Control F or whatever the key bind is or whatever on your platform you play on, there's all sorts on there as well. You can get some hidden ones that might not appear. Otherwise, it would have cluttered up the map, you see. So we didn't put them all in on the main menu.
Ends up looking like an Assassin's Creed map instead, where it's just a bunch of noise. Don't come for us, Ubisoft. I do like the Assassin's Creed games. I just get a little bit overwhelmed by the maps. All right, it's just a lot. Why am I going and finding some pigeons in one area, and then the next area is like find a specific feather? Oh.
No idea for collectibles.
A feather.
Reassemble this bird.
It's quite nice as well. You've just come off all that 10-mile-an-hour section, and then you get to really give it the pelt through Preston Station as well.
Give it the beams. Give it the beans.
Give it the beans.
The titanium beans. You didn't say titanium. You said. What did you say?
What did I say? Give it the full pelt.
No, earlier when I thought you said beans, but you said beams.
Oh, beams. At this point, Matt, whenever you're ready, we can go on to the next service because we've only got dubbed to go down to Preston with this run anyway, so we can move on to the next one, which will be on the 47.3. We'll be back on the 20 again in a little bit, so we can give that another little outing. This will be a run out of Fiddler's Ferry through just to Latchford.
So this is
just to show you what
the
MG are.
3 rail freights.
It's
47.3 rail freight. Oh, I do like the rail freight grey livery. 6 Echo 14.
Yeah.
Oh, you're tapping lots of colons in there.
Matt.
What am I doing?
Matt, has he fainted? Is his head on the keyboard? Matt! Matt, are you there? Talk to us!
Hello? Let me come back out of that screen and go back into that screen. What's pressing the semicolon key?
Have you got? Is one of your controls in like a position there? Maybe. Is that's the key, isn't it, for a brake application?
Yeah. it's not that one.
You could manually have a look for it, Matt.
Do what?
You could manually
scroll through it rather than
yeah, that's true. Right, what
clicking
we're
the search
for?
box.
6 Echo 1-4.
6. Yeah.
What time of day it is?
I don't, but it'll have a part number on it.
Part 2, part 1, part 1.
It's part 1.
Part 1. Yeah, but so it should be the description should say drive from Fiddler's Ferry. That's the one. Yep.
That's it.
What do you want? June, clear weather.
Clear weather.
A rare bit of clear weather in the north.
I know, yeah. This is this is just wishful thinking. This.
Maybe it was nice in the 80s.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like I'm trying to remember.
I'll have to talk about the 47 now. I'll get my sheet ready. Before we, just while we're waiting here, if you want to have a quick nosy just behind you at the power station as well, Matt, just to show the good people at home the unloader and stuff. We're not doing any unloading on this run.
Fiddler's Ferry.
If obviously when people do want to drive to the power station and unload a coal train, it will take you about 43 minutes to do the service, just to drive through the unloader. So how long it takes to unload. And there we go. Yeah, you can do unloading in there. It's all animated with the when the coal train goes through. You can see it there. Oh, look at that. It's well timed.
Oh. And the Fiddler's Ferry power station has been decommissioned obviously for quite some time, but I think it's still there. I think. Is it still there? In real life.
They'll come and stop, and then they'll run through. So when you obviously play through here, you, if you wish to, I mean, if you want to do it without doing so, you can do the slow speed control.
Clean, fresh air.
Oh, yeah, Google. I know that it's no longer operational. I want to know what it looks like nowadays. Does it exist still?
I'm not sure what's left of this place because it's been decommissioned.
It has, yeah. But I'm sure
there might still be some bits left, but I don't know what is left overall. I think some of it has started to be knocked down.
Yeah, I remember about 10 years ago, you could kind of see it in the distance, but it's...
I think potentially the loader might have gone now.
I know, because when I was a kid, I used to call it Springfield, because obviously in The Simpsons, what are the shapes called?
The cooling tower.
The cooling towers.
Yeah.
In The Simpsons are obviously the same as the ones here. When we used to drive past when I was a kid, I'd be like, oh, it's Springfield.
Cool.
You can see it as well with when you're in there. If you do obviously watch and that as a player, you can actually see all the rigging underneath the wagons open as well. Apparently I've just been told 4 cooling towers are gone, but the other 4 are still there, but not for long apparently.
Oh gosh, okay. So if you want a picture of them, you gotta go soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously on this working, we got the HAA, which is the new coal hopper, MGR hopper that comes with the route, which is it's never been seen before in the game. And the Class 47-3, which is a new subclass, again, which hasn't been seen before in the game. You do see the as well on this section. There's some signal boxes. There is 2 of them with interiors. So one of them is actually Fiddler's Ferry, one just in the distance, and the other ones that are sidings.
You okay getting an external view of the old 47 there, Matt? A little request.
Lovely rail freight livery.
Beautiful. The only thing that makes it better is having a red stripe on the bottom. I know that's controversial.
Yeah.
I thought this livery suited the 20s as well.
It does. It's just I do like the livery. It's nice. It's different rather than just obviously for the sea of blue.
There's variation on the blue, wasn't it?
Yeah. Does anybody know as well in the chat why the signal box has got the wrong name in real life? Because it should be, if you look on the signal diagram, it's double D in Fiddlers. But if you look at the front of the signal box above the door,
Just one.
there's one. It's like that, and we have no idea why. If anyone knows, do tell us why.
Do you know what? I'm glad you said that, because it's the type of thing that somebody would
Yeah.
would go. It doesn't. It doesn't look
It's
right.
not that
There's a
wrong.
spelling mistake. He's like, no.
It back. I hide it, you know where that car is? I hide it there.
So I'll just go through some bits and bobs of the 47 that we've done. So on the exterior art, so we've got model altered to create the class 47/3 subclass along with general improvements, a full exterior remap of UVs and a complete retexture from the ground up. We have plated head code panel remodeled on both number 1 and number 2 cabs. Boiler exhaust removed on the roof and a plate added. Slow speed control equipment added on the axle of the actual loco. So there's one at either end, opposite ends. ETH equipment has been removed on the buffer beam. Brush built specific details such as light, tail light rotation, horizontal, large centre support buffer beam. Other exterior variations which are new, we've got high intensity headlight on and off, larger centre tanks, I think those are the fuel tanks, cant rail stripe on and off, we've got flush end on number 1 or number 2, depot specific markings of Thornaby, Stratford and Tinsley, and new nameplates on some of the examples as well. Liveries are BR Blue Stratford, BR Blue Thornaby and Rail Freight Grey. On the cab art, we've got modelled altered to create the accurate cab for the 47/3 subclass along with general improvements and era corrections. A full cab remap of UVs and a complete retexture from the ground up again. On the bulkhead, we have removed the TPWS isolator, added the AWS air horn, slow speed controller box, which you can see to the left of the cab, but underneath the AWS sunflower, which is basically you use that to run through the unloader or loader, and you activate that with a switch on the back wall behind you. You've also got new door and open and close animations. On the driver's desk, you've got driver's switch bank proportion and layout has been corrected. Taillight switch proportion and layout has also been corrected. Correct straight air brake control, that's been added. Correct driver's fault panel added. Train heat buttons removed. Anti-slip button removed. A fire bell test button added. Overload reset button added. Correct gauges have been added. Slow speed control equipment added and a slow speed set switch and gauge. You've also got window heat strips and stickers added. Head code porthole added. And on the audio, introduction of new audio along with the editing of existing to form an overall upgrade. We've got alternate idles, edited start up and shut down, new rail joint sounds, new turbo, and on the cab we've got a full set of new interior engine recordings including start up and shut down, a new fire bell, working DSD and DVD, new switches and a new triple pump. The switches and the triple pump we managed to acquire from a volunteer at the Wensleydale Railway, so big thanks to him. And I believe we got some of the other stuff. Correct me, I'll probably get corrected if I'm wrong. I think from again Chris Gallagher at Locomotive Services. I'm just waiting. I'm just going to wait now and get told off. No, I've just given someone the wrong credit. I'm waiting Mr. Riley to send me a page me.
Play with me on the skateboard, I can't. No, there you go.
It's quite a nice little trundle down this section. It's all very, very industrial and.
Speaking of nice little trundle, should we crack on with? That wasn't a very good segue, but should we crack on with the Q&A?
Up for it.
Okay, so what time is it? Just so I can make a note. It's 10 to 9. Q&A section. Good luck concentrating while we do this, Matt. You'll be fine. We believe in you.
Oh, just before we do, it was ELR, and also thanks to Chris Gallagher for the other 47 sounds we got. So ELR being East Lancs Railway. There we go. Sorted.
Perfect. Okay. So there are, first question, the local services around Crewe that should be a Class 304 EMU, how are they portrayed?
Unfortunately, they're not, because we haven't got any EMUs in the game. Should they be added at a later date, then obviously we would look to incorporate them if anyone ever does bring them to the game. But unfortunately, yeah, there's no physical EMUs in the game at the minute.
Okay. Okay.
EP cards. Today.
I
kept saying, get me off this thing!
just so you know, Tom, we can hear some background.
Oh, he's telling everyone about his trip. Hang on, let me just turn my mic down a bit. Apologies.
That is okay.
He's had an exciting day at Alton Towers. He's telling everyone all about it.
Listen, I think Alton Towers is great. I usually hold the bags at Alton Towers. It was just in case. I don't mind, but just in case you didn't want everybody to hear about the banging trip to Alton Towers. Consistently banging, but if I ever go, I am fully on the ground.
I do like going there, to be honest.
I'm just terrified of roller coasters. I like speed. I don't like heights. No, thank you.
Embrace it.
Okay. So the other question is, why did you decide to go for the 86/4?
That's a good question. So, I mean, essentially, we have a license deal with AP to use the sounds. So, whilst we've got a set period to use these sounds, it makes utter sense to get the subclasses that we need out of these sound recordings. We brought the 862 as its own pack, and the 864 was again another loco that was really obviously quite common on this line. So to bring another subclass which could be capable of freight operations was a no-brainer on this product, because the 862 doesn't work on freight. It's only a passenger loco.
6.
Obviously, if there's any questions I can't answer, I know some of our other team are in the chat, so if I can't answer, I'm sure they'll send me an answer I can get back to you with.
Yes, I can also copy and paste them into this, because obviously when we do a Q&A, we copy and paste the questions into the Q&A section in the forums as well. So if you can hear me furiously typing, it's because I'm trying to keep up.
Yeah.
Okay, this one.
I went on that.
Has the Mark III sleeper cab been added to the fleet, and if not, why not?
Sorry, what was that one? I totally missed that then.
That's okay. Has the Mark III sleeper cab been added to the fleet, and if not, why not?
Mark 3 has not been included at the moment or anything like that. We haven't got any plans at present. Never say never. If that does change, obviously we would look to revisit. Unfortunately, if we added every single thing, we'd probably go out of business. So we have to. Unfortunately, we have to.
We'll see you in 5 years when you've added everything.
We have to be reasonable with what we're doing. I mean, obviously, we've got Mark 3s in the game that we can replicate stuff with. It might not be strictly 100% accurate, but if there's at least something we've got that we can kind of plonk in there, we can use it. But as I say, if we ever do, or if anything does ever appear, then we can look to potentially go back and put your stuff into timetables.
Please put that
Brilliant,
back.
thank you. Okay, I don't really understand the reference to this question, but we'll give it a go anyway.
Give it a go.
We'll give it a good go. Has the infamous sound squelching on the Class 86 been fixed?
miles an hour.
I wonder if that means footstep audio. Maybe.
Squelching.
Sound squelching sounds to me maybe.
Sure.
Unless...
Who asked the question? Do you know?
Oh yeah, I've got like.
I wonder if it's the motor audio. You know, when sometimes if there's like a little stutter in the game, it goes a little bit funny.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It sounds like the description for the for when you get a stutter, it sort of pitch weirds the pitch
Yeah, it sort of fights with itself.
Yeah, that's a core
I'm
game
sure,
thing. There's nothing there for.
Yeah,
there's nothing we can physically do ourselves, unfortunately, on that.
that's fine. So I'll just add. This is a core game issue.
It's basically down to the
I got
World
so
Origin
unsure
rebasing.
what that is.
If you, the only real solution to that at the moment is just to have less detailed routes. So it's got less to do.
Should I add that to?
No.
I'm not going to add that to the answer. I don't have the name of the person that I don't add the names. We've got an Alex in the chat, by the way. Alex is spying. Matt has been driving very well this evening, Alex. He's been
Ruining my reputation.
He stopped everywhere he should have done, which is a bonus. So it's always good when anything goes to
Star,
plan.
isn't it? That's a good start.
Yeah. We're being very complimentary. How's the performance on consoles for this route?
I mean, I've not played it on a console, so I can't tell you what I've seen firsthand. But it has been tested on consoles, and we've not had any concerns come back to us. So that's as best as an answer I can give you on that one. We've not seen any comments regarding blurry textures, if that's what people are sort of wondering about. But we've not seen anything on that, so fingers crossed. Everyone's been truthful to us.
I haven't heard anything myself about things going badly wrong, so
We normally, I mean, we
Quiet is
have weekly
better.
calls with Dovetail, so normally if these things come as a concern, they do get raised to us to be looked at. I mean, we've done a lot of optimizing with our textures. I know Firefly assisted Benedict in that sort of ideas and stuff for that as well. So we've done as best as we can in that sort of stuff as well, and other stuff to do with like memory footprint on rolling stock was looked at rather late on as well. We were able to look at with some stuff that DTG have managed to pass on to us, so we've been looking at that. So I think we managed to sort of shed some memory footprint on stuff as well there to make things not so bloated. So we've done a lot of stuff in the background to make sure everything's as efficient as possible.
Mm-hmm. This is also only coming to Gen 9 as well.
Yeah.
Ooh. This is one of those questions where it's a bit like, is this thing coming? But I'll ask it anyway.
Yeah, you can ask it. I'll just say no.
I can ask it. You can just say, keep your eye on the roadmaps. Are there any future layers Come on now. Whoever asked this question, you know what we're going to say. Are there any future layers that you haven't announced yet that are future-proofed into this route, but if they're not announced, then
I mean, yeah,
not.
there is stuff. Whether when it'll come, who knows? I mean, we're doing the 108, which people know about. So the 108 will come into this at some point when it gets to that point. So you will be able to play the 108 on this. But as for stuff that's unannounced, I can't say, obviously.
I can't announce.
I'd love to give away the whole secrecy and everything, but unfortunately, I'll probably get 45 tomorrow morning.
Can't announce unannounced route. Yeah, heck of a preview stream.
Ooh, next service. What is it we've got? Have you got the information already, Matt?
75.
I'm not biased.
That one.
Yeah, 6.
That's the one.
75. It's a good old Bickershire.
Yeah, sure.
Looking forward to this. We're looking forward to this.
Whilst you're obviously up here, mate, if you want to have a little fly around in the depot as well at Springs Branch, just to show, it's got an interior in there as well, so you can actually go inside of it. Which makes it's quite nice as well if you're just doing free roam, because you can just like plonk locos in there and take some nice screenshots of stuff that looks like they've been worked on.
Where do you want me to go?
Behind you, there we go. Depot, the depot building, that's the one. Just sort of to your right, there we go. You can see some different variations of the 47 there as well, with the Kingfisher on the side of it as well. Got one with a nameplate there as well, which is Wilton Endeavour. That might be the very first namer we've seen this evening. Fire me some more questions, let's go.
Hey, this one's good. I like this one. What did you guys learn / take from each... it says from each route that you've done, but that I feel would take a million years to go through. So let's just focus on this one. What did you guys learn / take from this route?
Don't go so ambitious. Don't scope creep.
Tom, you're supposed to be building people's dreams up, not smashing them down. Always reach for the stars.
Yeah, we've taken stuff home, such as we've learned new features and new ways of doing things for this, like how to optimize stuff better. I think in terms of the rolling stock moving forward, we've learned how to do that. We've obviously learned newer features that come for TSW6. I'd say on that one, if that's a good enough answer.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if anyone else in the chat, in our team that's here, may have taken something away. I will keep my messages open, so if they've learned anything or taken anything home, I can always pass on their responses as well.
Yeah, we have an entire Benedict in the chat, so
we have a Benedict. We've got a Mr. Riley in here somewhere as well. Rally, I did see him before.
Riley.
If I get any messages, I can pass them on.
See that red stripe just finishes the livery.
It's proper. It's a nice mix as well, a rail freight and a blue one. So you'll have on this consist, you've got 2 on this end powering, but the 2 on the rear are idle. Like they're not powering the loco. They're needed simply because it's a single line there and back. There's no run round loop.
Next question. Can you mention how many additional services are provided by Peak Forest and Cargo Line Volume 5? What DLC is required for shunting services and trip workings? That feels like a 2-sentence.
That's a lot. You stuttered a little bit. I think the connection stuttered a little bit. I think the gist was what...
Allow me to go full ASMR and just say, how... can you mention how many additional services are provided by Peak Forest and Cargo Line Volume 5?
So, the Peak Forest is the ICI hoppers, so that is an AI service, so it's not one you can actually physically drive. I think there's just like 2 services that brings in. Like I think it might just be one in each direction potentially, as a guess. And then was the other one for the cargo line nuclear?
Yes.
The nuclear one, I think that brings in either 5 or 6 services. I think there's like 2. It might be 2 in one direction, maybe 3 in the other. I can't remember. It could be vice versa. I think, off the top of my head.
There was another section to that question as well, which was what DLC is required for shunting services and trip working.
Services. Oh god, a bit of everything really for shunting and trip working. Various services have various wagons from different packs, so it's hard to kind of pinpoint. But if you look through the layering list in the in the timetable menu, I think they list what each layer needs, so you can get an idea because they're all in that listing. So yeah, off the top of my head, I couldn't give you exact for every single service. Unfortunately, we'll probably be here till Christmas. It's all in the listing of the layer section.
Okay. Will the Class 47 sound update be patched onto the current Blackpool / West Coast mainline versions?
There's no plans to add that.
Yeah. No plans currently. Oh. Does the 87 have its own timetable when it layers in?
Does the 87 have its own timetable? There's no specific timetable for the 87 as such, but the 87 obviously appears on specific services. It depends. I'm trying to think how it works. There's no specific timetable on its own, but there is like their own services that you'll find the 87 on. They usually work on the services like Euston to Glasgow. They do appear on certain freight workings as well, like on their own or tandem with the 864. Essentially, if you own that DLC, it will appear on anything that we've set it to be allowed on. There's quite a few different sort of workings that they can appear on.
Okay. Will the new Class 20s sub in for the old one on rail tours?
No, I don't think it just subs in. Not like it doesn't just work out the box. Any other timetables out there that use the old 20 would, as far as I'm aware, probably would require the legwork done by the specific developers if they wish to make it appear.
Yeah.
I think with the Pacer, when that came out originally for Blackpool branch, it was just pot luck that it worked due to the tagging system. But I'm not aware of it working just out of the box. I mean, the only way you could look in there is just literally go in and have a look on whatever the 20 already appears on elsewhere, and if it lets you do it, then it lets you do it. Is my answer on that one.
Okay. Does route hopping work on Blackpool branches and over Shap?
It does, yeah. So you can route hop from this route onto both of those routes, and you can route hop back from them 2 routes onto this route, so you can go in any direction. And again, with route hopping, you can route hop to the all aboard routes as well, and you can route hop back from the all aboard routes onto ours, because they put the work in to allow that as well. They work with us for that. You just have to do a little bit. It's a little bit of time machine hopping on that one. Just a mere 40 years, but it's possible. So you can essentially drive all the way from Euston up to Carlisle, or up to Blackpool from Euston across all the routes. The only one you can't hop to is Spirit of Steam. I think the reason that didn't get added was because I don't think Spirit of Steam has a route hop asset already in there, so it just hasn't been done.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's any plans at present to include that.
At the moment, no.
If anything ever appears in that, we could maybe look at revisiting that and put it if one appears on the Spirit of Steam route. So I'd say at the minute it's not there, so it's not possible.
Not to Spirit
Someone has actually put in the chat you should have a place box for the route hop. I really wanted to put a TARDIS in there, but we thought it'd probably open a whole can of worms of licensing issues. So we steered. I thought it was a great idea. The rest of the team said, no, it's stupid. It's not silly, it's good.
It's a brilliant
I like
idea.
Doctor Who. I love Doctor Who.
Brilliant idea.
Yeah. Who am I booing? Boo.
Just change it from blue to green and call it the Just Trains call box or something. I don't know.
I'm trying to think of like a different abbreviation from TARDIS now. Legally distinct TARDIS? This is the legally distinct TARDIS. The next one is, does the class 47/3 have the correct top speed of 75 miles per hour?
I believe it doesn't. We only just heard about this, I think, in the last few hours. Now we're now aware of this. It will be something that we'll look to sort in a patch. I think it just requires a texture update. I think it's a numbering above the driver's desk. It might be the tops panel on the side as well. It might just need amending to take that change. So again, we will note that for an update in the near future.
Drivers. Okay. Oof, we've got a list of locos here. Will the classes 31, 37, 40 and 45 be layered onto the timetable?
So the 40 appears on the route. It appears in Death Row at Crewe at the works. Basically, in this era, they were getting cut up. So there is a number of 40s actually placed over at Crewe Works, over the road from the electric depot. Regarding the other classes, there is some work that Benedict's done to RVDs to allow the other locos to spawn better. Those updates are pending at some point to come out, but I don't know when they'll come though. The answer is that is essentially the answer on that one. So when them updates do come available, hopefully they'll just appear.
I think you went through this earlier, but what is the difference between the 86/2 and the 86/4?
Yeah, so we obviously covered this earlier, but in a nutshell, the locos drive the same. The difference really on them is an 864 can work in multi, is the sort of the short top and tail of it. So that can work with an 87, another 864. Whereas the 862 can only work on its own, and it doesn't work as a freight locomotive.
Mm-hmm. What I'll do is, because it was at the very start, I'll just make a note as well that it was previously covered, and then I'll find the time that was. Already answered this one, but is there AI traffic on the CLC line over the West Coast Main Line at Warrington?
There is, yeah. There's on all lines along the route, whether it crosses over the top or below, there is traffic on them routes as AI.
Which add-ons offer the most gameplay value in terms of layers?
Oh God, I think for the most part, I would probably say the Shap route, the 86-2, and probably Blackpool branches are the big ones because they feature everywhere. It's obviously all the other bits and pieces like the freight packs and stuff, all the other little bits of wagons that come from other routes. Obviously, they all accumulate to the bigger picture, but it depends on what you sort of want, really. I mean, if you're wanting the passenger experience, then obviously you're sort of wanting the passenger add-ons. If you want the freight experience, then go for the stuff that brings in your freight. It's quite a big combination. I mean, obviously we've got 60 layers, which sort of there's such a lot going on.
That's another one where the answers would just take us into Christmas. Just trying to figure out that one isn't anything to do with this particular route. We've already answered this one. That one isn't a question. And was also answered because it's also about swapping out the class 20s, which we answered previously. So that is those questions done.
Excellent.
Is Haydock Oil Terminal included? Like, can you see Haydock Oil Terminal?
Yeah, it is there. I'm not sure if there's actually a service that goes there, but there is. The terminal is there. I think the traffic that you do in terms of oil stuff is Kelbits, which is an oil terminal on that line as well. That was from Toby Hutchinson, who is also from the area, and that was my granddad's surname. Are we related, Toby? Who knows? It's a giant family, the Hutchinsons. That is... There's another side one as well, down on the Haydock line. You've also got Lowton Scrap Yard as well, which has a service that runs there as well.
Lowton Scrap Yard.
There's a little trip working that goes up and down there.
That's still there. There's no...
don't think there's a rail connection to it.
There's
but,
no. But there's scrap there.
The building is actually still there, is it?
Think so, yeah. A scrap heap. How many services with AI?
Oh, that's a question. Benedict, do you know how many services there are with it, like as a whole? I know he's watching. If you've got a rough idea.
Benedict, you're being called on.
Doesn't have to be to the number, but gives a rough estimate. I know there's a lot. I don't deal in the timetable creation as such. He's just messaged me. Oh God.
Oh no.
Many.
Okay.
Many.
Come on, Benedict.
There's a lot. Just gives a rough ballpark. I mean, it's more than 666.
You what?
It's definitely more than 666. He says he can't remember, but around 1400-ish, including the playable. So, quite a lot.
Actually, Benedict, what we need you to do is go through every single one and list them, if that's okay.
I think what you should do is re-simulate the timetable and it'll tell him at the end.
There you go. Just keep the stream going another 6 hours.
Did we pass? Did we pass Bickershire, by the way?
No, it's not far off. We're going up to it.
Good.
We're leading there. We're in the sort of the start of it. I mean, this place has changed so much. If you look at it over that in the past, like the track and even the landscape of everything has just changed so much.
It's completely different. Completely different.
Today, it's gone. It's like modern housing estate there now. Even the canal's changed where it went. That's how massively different it is. I think there's a marina there now.
Crazy. It's crazy. Just looks like a completely different place.
They used to have austerities pulling the jars up and down here.
Yeah.
As I mentioned before, the old steam shed is actually in the route. I didn't realise it was a steam shed until I saw it on the video I was watching on YouTube, and it just showed the loco poking its nose like the front end out. So yeah, that is there. I'm presuming what it'll have you do is it'll have you run through and then start loading the coal, I think.
Yeah, go fire on a loader usually means it's going to switch to load unload.
So essentially, at this point, you could probably put the slow speed control on just to demonstrate it. Just, well, I mean, just as we sort of finish. I'm not going to make you. I won't make you load the whole train up because we'll be here for quite a while. But we can probably quickly just demonstrate the procedure. But there is actually some tutorials anyway, as well for the chat. One for the slow speed with unloading and slow speed for unloading, just to walk you through the system. Because the 47 and the 20 are both a little bit different in how you do the slow speed. Was that all the questions rattled through there, or was there any more?
That was all the questions rattled through, excellent. Yeah.
Fantastic. It turns out you can go through all the questions by the time Matt gets up to pick a show.
Well, yeah, it turns out. We flew through them.
So your slow speed controller, so to turn it on, is the little box. You put that into SS2. So SS2 means you've got a loco and a slave, so basically double-headed. If you was a solo loco, you put it to SS1. But we have 2 locos on the lead end. So the next thing you need to do is jump out your seat, and then go to the other cab, and you'll see the 2 switches just above the dial, them 2 there. So leave that one alone, but go to the one where it says 1, 2, or 3. Now, for this purpose, I'd just say pop it into 3, just to give you the fastest speed, just so we're not like trundling it like I think 0.5. And then, if you release your brakes, let them bleed off a second, and then you want to notch it up when the brakes are come off it, just into the slow speed notch on the power. So you'll go into on, and then there's a slow speed notch, and it'll just do its thing. Then it'll amp up and down, and just crawl, and then just once more, and then it'll put into the. And then that's it. Now it'll run at its speed, and it'll start loading the wagons. And you'll see it just literally amps. And the cool thing is with the amps is as well, when it's loading or unloading, the amps actually react to how heavy the train is. So depending on how heavy the train, it'll need more amps to get it moving, or the vice versa.
Oh, this is so cool.
It might not load the full wagon proper because we're going a bit faster than need be, but yeah, you get the gist.
Oh my God.
Essentially, what we recommend is you're running on the setting of 1. That means that you'll catch all the coal. But just for the purpose of this, you just to give you a quick showing of how to at least turn it on and what it does.
Oh man, they're not very full, are they? Wasted trip, this. There we go.
I mean, if you missed any, you could go back the other way and put some more in, maybe. But
keep reversing and go backwards and forwards until they're full.
I've done that many times when you've. That is so annoying when you've. You thought you were just perfectly getting at the right speed, and then you've missed you've got like 98. No, that's the other thing you've got to take into account. You've got your gradients as well.
I do like how me and the chat are all judging Matt when it's nice. It's easy for us to say, we're just sat here watching. Just going, oh, Matt, come on, God.
Some of them are full.
Yeah.
Now stop using that silly speed control. The speed controller presumably was only applying the power. It's not applying the brake.
If you stick it in 1, that 1 is 0.5 mile an hour. And we had big help from Callum's dad, so Callum's are one asset developers. His dad used to drive for DB out of Fiddler's Ferry back in the day, so he was on par for all that information of correct speeds, correct working knowledge, and all that to make sure we got everything right. So that was a huge positive. So big thanks to Callum's dad if he's watching. I don't know if he's watching.
Callum's dad.
If he's watching, thank you.
Well, I just refreshed the Q&A section. And
there's another couple pages.
We've not had any other queues. We've just had one. Not really an answer either, but they just said, just wanted to say the route looks great and will be a day 1 purchase. Fast 20 has always been one of my favourites. And wish the MMML had some services going to post station so that this route combines with both Fast 20 and services to post station. Means it's an immediate purchase for me. And it wasn't even my mum that wrote that.
That is loaded it all. It's obviously nearly loaded it all, but ish. So, I mean, the train will pull forward so far to the top end of essentially the glorified siding, what it is, and then it'll wait here for a little bit. That is the steam shed on the right-hand side there, that little building that you just went past there. So that used to be a little water tower and everything for it. You can actually walk inside, I think. Yeah, that was the old steam shed which housed, I think, 2 locos with the double doors there. And then the line just sort of like was around the corner.
Sorry? It's like an old signal box or something.
I'm not sure if it's a signal box or a little watchtower, maybe.
Oh, yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Could be pointsman, like for pointsman or something back in the day when they had to change tracks and stuff.
Is the wheel? Have you got the wheel? Is the wheel there?
They are. The headgear at the top. Yeah, they're there.
Hey! We had one of them outside my college, at Wigan and Leigh College, for the old...
From here?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they do that, don't they? Like, when college shut down, they sort of like get the wheel out and then they plonk them somewhere as like for a memory. Like.
Yes, yeah. It was.
I mean, back a long time ago, before the track network for this place changed, the track actually continued. It went over that main road and went further into another network over the road around that headgear. It's changed so much.
Apparently, it's called the Wheel Restaurant. Is where the wheel is. Oh my gosh! They've covered the college in wheels. They've covered the college in it. There's one on the roof now. They just went. You know what?
Love them all.
Just have a bunch of them. Just posted a picture. Used to walk past there every day.
Very good.
Someone's just asking in the chat, does this 20 have a switch for activating the DSD? It does not. It does not.
Right.
I think that's pretty much it. And that's us wrapped up, I think. I'm not sure if you wanted to show Wigan, but we are getting on a bit, but I'm not sure if you wanted to have a quick wander around Wigan quickly at the old mint ball factory. Other than that, I think that's it, essentially.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna I say when this comes out on Thursday, but actually,
spend a day in Wigan.
I could just have a little look at a bit. I could just open it up and have a little look at a bit, have a little sneak peek. Everybody else, though, which does actually segue nicely into wrapping up the stream. Everybody else got to wait until Thursday, which is when it releases, Thursday the 18th.
Nearly there.
The other date that I wrote in for Wednesday, by the way, wasn't even anything to do with TSW. It is a dentist appointment. But all I have written in is appointment. Who knows? I checked, I went, why have I got a date? And it's the dentist. I've got the dentist. Something I can look forward to on Wednesday. But my reward for going to the dentist and being a brave girl is that I get to enjoy this with everybody else on Thursday on the 18th, which is when it comes out. It is coming out for Gen 9 console and PC only. That is PlayStation Series X / let's try that again, shall we, Harry? Xbox Series X/S, PlayStation 5, Epic Games Store and Steam. It will retail for £29.99 Great British pounds, €35.99 euros, or $39.99 dollars. Dominic, we're all going to be in Uncle Joe's that day. You've got to get
Uncle Joe's in a pie barn.
Do you know what? I need to. The next time I visit the office, I need to take in Uncle Joe's mint balls, because when I was talking about them, I worked with too many Southerners. Too many. Nobody knew. They were like, what you want about, Harry? I'm like, Uncle Joe's mint balls, like, they're famous. Apparently they're not famous in the South. Like, what do you have in the South? How do you keep yourself aglow in the South?
And we have fishermen's friends. Literally, they're made right literally behind where I live.
Fishermen's friends, they do blow your head off though.
Depends which ones you have. If you have sort of like the spearmint ones and stuff like that, they're not too bad. But yeah, some of them.
I like spearmint, but problem is we used to get fishermen's friends when like I was ill, like if I was sick, my mum would be going.
They're like the lozenges, aren't they?
Yeah, my mum would go, yeah, you're coughing too much, you need to have a fisherman's friend. And be going, please, no, please don't make me.
Just while Matt's on it, so you can actually watch trains coming in and out of Wallgate on that line. But if you go back down the bridge and follow the path right down to the main road, and then do a right.
Oh my god, the comic book shop. Well, it's now a comic book shop, or it was a comic book shop the last time I lived there. Oh my gosh.
You might have to sort of skew your way around that car. There might be a little bit of a building collision potential. But if you go on the other side of the road, you can do a safe walking route.
Oh my god, this is the coolest thing ever.
Do a little bit past the station, go past the station, and then do a left at this road.
This is where I used to walk when I went to college. I used to. Oh my god! Oh my goodness!
The cool thing with this is, I mean, you can obviously see the trains going across the top on the main line. You can actually walk up to the church, through the entrance of the church up the hill, and watch trains up there. You can stand on them crates. If you follow this road and do a left and then walk around, you'll find yourself at the factory. That's
where my mum got married as well.
Brilliant.
Yeah, the inside. There's Uncle Joe's meatballs. Best thing ever. I know that routes are a little bit like your kids and that you shouldn't pick a favourite, but oof. But I'm the type of person that would have a favourite child, so. Oh my goodness! Oh my.
A big thanks to Uncle Joe's for allowing the branding to be used. It just sets it a little bit more.
Everybody's going to go and have an Uncle Joe's meatball now. They're going to try one.
The other little thing you can do is when you go around this bend, there's an entrance to Wallgate Station where you can get onto it. So this next turning on your right, if you walk through that car park, and then to the left of that white car, there's a little entrance there over the path, and then you can stand on the platform and watch the trains. You can't drive. There's no services actually physically drivable from this station because they don't actually enter onto the route that we've portrayed. They go off in their own AI directions, but at least you can come on here. You can just stand and watch things fly over the top, or call into the station. Everyone likes a walking route.
Very cool.
More walking sims in the train sim. More walking sims. That's so cool. That's
How far up the platform?
All the way, I think.
Goodness me. Oh my goodness.
Well, now Wigan's in the game, we don't need to make any more routes. I think that's pretty much it's job done.
That's it. Yeah. We're...
Game finish.
yeah. We've completed Train Sim World. Well done, gang. Well done.
If you can actually walk through that
completely modelled Wallgate.
I think you can walk through the tunnel, to be fair, and come back up the other side, I think, and just get yourself back up onto the main line if you wanted to. I think. Yeah, you can. Oh no, you can't. There's probably a collision that stops it. You basically go back the way you came. It was just, to be fair, it was quite a late edition bonus that I thought we'd put that in and allow people to have a little nosy around.
I'm so glad you did. That's so cool.
I got laughed at first for doing it. It's just pointless. It's not pointless.
Do I need to boo somebody else? Why do I keep having to boo people tonight? Who else am I booing?
Oh, the rest. Me team. Me team said don't do it. No one wants that.
Thank you. Thank you for this, Just Trains. Thank you, but also boo. I'm gonna get told off tomorrow. I'm gonna get in and like, did you boo Just Trains?
I'm off now for the rest of the week. I'm away.
Oh, you're leaving me with it. Okay, all right. Okay. I'm sorry, Just Trace. I didn't mean to boo you. You did a great job. Oh, okay.
So put us back on cameras then.
Yeah. Hang on. I'll look. There we go.
Got a bit darker here. I should put a light on, really.
Yeah, well, I've got a lovely green light that's turned on because I haven't changed. My light changes colour for some reason when it turns on automatically. It's now defaulted to green. Just a lovely Xbox green. Okay, so we're just for the concerned parties. By the way, I do still have the headset horns. I'm just not wearing them as much right now, because I have braces and they're heavy and they crush my jaw. So a couple of comments at the start. I didn't want anybody to think I was ignoring them, but I didn't want to get us distracted straight away. I'm just not wearing them right now. I'm hurty. Okay, so just as a reminder, West Coast Mainline at Crewe to Preston launches on the 18th. It'll be launching at 10 a.m. for consoles, 4 p.m. for Epic Games Store, and 5 p.m. for Steam. It's coming to Gen 9 platforms and PC only, so no Gen 8. That is Xbox Series X/S, PlayStation 5, Epic Games Store, and Steam. It is £29.99 British pounds, €35.99 euros, and $39.99. Sorry, I just saw a comment and somebody was calling me a bloke, but they weren't actually calling me a bloke. It's okay. We've shown off 4 different services this evening. We kicked it off with the Class 86.4. Then we went on to the Class 20, and then we did the Class 47/3, and then we did the Class 20, which was freight, and we also saw the coal loading in action. Tom, have you enjoyed your live stream experience this evening?
I have indeed. Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure. I'm
glad that you did. It was lovely having you on. It was great. It's just a brilliant route. I'm really, really, really excited for it. When I say I'm really excited for it, I mean as soon as this live stream finishes, I'm going to immediately boot it up, and then no, I'll wait until Thursday, and then I'll call my mum and be like, look, because she'll be very happy with that. Everything has been modelled really well. Just Trains have knocked it out of the park with this one, so well done, gang.
It's a really, really good
route.
I've really enjoyed.
That was all. Thank you.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed the drive tonight. I'm looking forward to playing some more with it.
I look forward to seeing it. No, it's been a long road, and I think we're all just glad it's very nearly there now. Just the last couple of days. But yeah, thank you, and everyone's comments through the night and over the course of the previous however many months that we've been doing in devs. It's been great to read and see everyone's thoughts and reactions and their feedback, or the videos on YouTube. It's you guys that spur us on to keep us going, obviously, and yeah, we enjoy what we do and enjoy bringing it to you. So thank you.
Well done, community. Well done, community. Well done, Just Trains. Thank you, Tom, and well done, Matt. You were a good train driver tonight.
Thank you, Matt.
You kicked train butt this evening. There were some good stops. But that's everything from us. I'll make sure that the live stream is time-stamped tomorrow, so that you can, if you're missing us, you're watching in the future, that you can have a little look at what was happening when. For the Q&A, I will endeavour to get that copy and pasted into that section of the forums tomorrow. And as usual, when it launches on Thursday, we'll have the usual feedback threads open, of which you can tell us everything that you love about the route. But for now, that is everything. I'm going to go and put my head in front of a fan because it's boiling hot in this room. And I decided to wear long sleeves today. So So yeah, that's me done. That's me done. Matt, would you like to take us away?
Alrighty. Thanks a lot, everybody. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.